Hey guys, it's Biddy Penny. Welcome back to my channel. Twice in one day? Yes. So you guys messaged me in Instagram, left me in comments down below. You wanted to see this dollhouse process. So here it is. All right, 8.5 by 11 sheet of paper, folded in half. Then I'm gonna cut off a corner. The important thing is to flip that over, take it to your other corner, butt it up there, edge to edge, trim off the other side. It'll always be even. There's no measurements required for that. All right, I have this, which is just some old Manor paper from Mente, and I'm gonna cut it down. It's gonna be 5.5 by 8.5. That is the dimensions of this paper dollhouse folded, is 5.5 by 8.5. So it would easily fit in a 6 by 9 envelope when you want to mail it. So you could easily make these for friends and mail them in a 6 by 9 envelope. Okay, so now I'm just going to glue that down, and again, just kind of flip it over, take off those edges, and we're on the move here. All right, this paper is from the Lazy Days card kit from the Not Too Shabby shop. I don't think this dollhouse for me would have been possible without this kit, because the stamp sets are absolutely perfect for this kind of project. So I did check before making this video, and there are a few left in the Not Too Shabby shop. The whole kit where you can get all the paper, all the ephemera, all the stamps, all the goodies in one box. Now Jamie also has a few of the stamp sets sold individually as well. So maybe if the whole box isn't in your budget, I get it. Maybe you just want one of the stamp sets, I get it. But I just wanted to put that out there to you guys. Now, I heavily used all 3 sets of stamps. I also used my Artsy Girl stamps, which were just released today, if you're watching this on August 1st. And so I just want you to know that those supplies really did make this so much easier. I'm not saying you can't make these houses without them, but they did make it easier. All right, so now I'm making my awning. I didn't measure anything. I just kind of held it over the door to see how big I wanted it. I'm going to cut the edges just like I did the rooftop to make this awning. And then I'm going to bring in some decorative edge scissors and cut the edges, and then pop it up with some foam tape. Now, those decorative edge scissors are from EK Success. They're not amazing, but they are really cool to have in your stash, I have to say. All right, let's do the inside. So these are the 3 stamp sets from the Lazy Day collection, and I used a bunch of the furniture, I used a bunch of the little ones, but the cool thing there is that there's also some stamps of girls that would fit perfectly, and you could make as many paper dolls as you wanted. And so, plus there's some gorgeous flowers, I'm just gonna say. But anyways, so now I'm making my wooden floor, I wanted to call them boards, which is I guess what they are really. Strips of paper. And my house is going to be a 2-story like the one I made for my daughter. And now I'm just going to pull these stamps out and kind of start sizing things up just to make sure that I get things to scale the way I want them. Now, the dollhouse I made with my daughter, I let her dream it up. So when I craft with her, really try not to influence her too much, and I just try to facilitate her dreams. So when she dreams up something, I just try to make it happen. Like, I consider that my role when I'm crafting with my daughter, is just to do the technical work so that her ideas can come to life. But now, because you guys wanted to see this so bad, I get to make one for me. Yay! So it was really fun to dream this up and to create a little crafty haven for my artsy girl. Just so much fun. So now I am going to mark where the top of my floorboard will be, so that when I use my stencil, because I'm going to stencil in some wallpaper, and that way I know where to kind of cut myself off with the stencil and I don't extend it, into the first floor of the house or the second floor of the house. So this is tumbled glass, and this stencil was pretty fussy. It's one of those really intricate ones, and it would lift on me and stuff, but it came out great. I just kind of had to pounce the ink on it versus like rubbing across it. Technique, right? But I love the way that came out. And now I'm going to do one on the bottom. And I'm using a different stencil. This one's a bunch of fun flowers. And I'm using some yellow ink. This is going to be the craft room. The room with the blue stenciled wall is the bathroom with a clawfoot tub. Yes, I need this retreat house, by the way. I would love to have a she shed like this in my backyard. I would go there today. All right, now I am just going to use just its residual ink on my brush and softly, lightly blend these walls and add my color. Okay, so now here you want to train your paper, okay, because you want it to fold easily. And so it's best to train it before you glue it down. I've had a few people ask me recently about my glue. I use the Barely Art glue. It's spectacular. So it's my favorite. I've tried probably 5 or 6 different brands looking for my favorite glue, and this one, hands down, is my favorite. Okay, so now I'm doing the exact same thing for the bottom floorboard, and we're good. So now, this width of this house when it's open is 11 inches, so I definitely needed some 12 by 12 paper. I want to show you here that it's important to keep your ephemera handy. Like, I want to make her a bed, so I need to keep that handy so that I know how big to make it. I'm not measuring anything. It's all just eyeballing it. But I would definitely encourage you, whatever paper dolls you're using, keep them handy. Have them ready before you have your house ready. And that way you can build your furniture and different things around the dolls. So again, I'm just kind of lining things up here, planning, plotting, scheming. I'm showing you here like how I move the bed around. So I do think it would be fun if you're going to give this to kids to leave the furniture like this, just stamp it and color it like I just showed you on paper. Cut it out, fussy cut it, and then the kids could play with the furniture, put it anywhere they want in the house, and not glue it down. With my daughter's house, like, we stamped it on. It was just a fun project for her and I to work on one night. And for my house, I chose to cut a lot of it out and then glue it down. But like, if you're making this for kids, you could totally let them place, not glue it down, let them place the furniture where they want it. So there, I made myself a couple of signs or pictures, and now I'm putting all my dirty stamps in a mushroom box. So here I'm just making sure I've got all the furniture, everything where I want it, and now I'll start gluing it down. I am making sure that like the clawfoot bathtub touches the floor, and like the plant touches the floor, the chairs, everything kind of, touches that floor. Okay, now this is where I got out of scale. Totally my bad. I cut a white square that was 2.5 by 2.5, and then I cut these 1 inch by 1 inch, so inchies, and I cut 4 of these. So this is supposed to be like the IKEA cube, which I have in my craft room. I would recommend that you cut these to 1.5 by 1.5 if you were doing this scale with these supplies, and then cut the inchies at 1/2 inch each. It would be so much more appropriate, but hey, I was trying to get this out for you guys today. And I can live with it. So I had gotten all these adorable, there's so many tiny, cute, like art supplies. I loved this kit because the ephemera came in like so many different sizes. But look at these adorable little art supplies. So originally my idea was to have some sticking out of the box. If it looked like my craft room, that's how it would look. But then I decided just to put a few on top of the shelf. Now you can see I repositioned that girl so that her feet and the chair are actually touching the floor. She's not floating. So just pay attention to things like that if you choose. And now she's in her craft room. And I'm going to just decorate the top of this shelf with the paintbrushes and a tube of paint. And I just think it's so cute. I wish I would have shrunk it down for sure. But for the purposes of this video, it totally worked. Now I needed some wall art in this room, and this will be the final touches that I make for the inside of this house. So I used the paint splatter, and then I kind of made like a little bit of a floral accent with it, and I thought that was just the right touch. All right, guys, now I was debating the whole time whether I was going to do like a rooftop for this house or not, and I decided I did want to. So I grabbed this gold paper, and I'm showing you, I'm just tracing around to get my roof line. I'll cut this out. So the only measuring I did today was that IKEA shelf. Everything else is just eyeballing and cutting and having fun. When I was little, I used to love to play with paper dolls. And my daughter's having fun with it. So I really feel like it's a timeless kind of entertaining activity. So perfect for traveling and things like that. And it was just super fun to make this. So if you're a subscriber already to the kit and you have these kits in your stash, here's another way to use them. It doesn't stop here. If you have the kit with the mermaids, right? You could do an underwater, like ocean themed dollhouse with fish and mermaids. I mean, just dream. It's so much fun. So here is our crafty she shed. And I think it's fantastic. I totally want one. I hope you guys enjoyed this. I did this for you guys. Like, I saw the comments, and then I started getting messages on Instagram, and I was like, I have got to give these people what they want. I need to give them a process video for this paper dollhouse. And look at her. She just fits in every room with all the things at the front door. It's so cute. So you guys go over, check out the Not Too Shabby shop. I have it linked below, and I hope you have a great day. Bye.